This is a lesson on bebop licks, and it's the second lesson. In the first lesson, which is from my advanced jazz piano book, I played a bebop lick through 6 keys and explained how you could practice and go through all 12 keys. In this lesson, I'm just going to show you a couple of new ideas, but I'm not going to play them through all the keys. That's something that you can work out for yourself, but it just gives you an idea of where to go from here. So the first bebop lick on this page says Bebop Licks 2. You've got this idea. Sorry, I hesitated slightly there. I'll just try it again. There are some differences in some of the books where there's a slight misprint, so I'll just show you where that is. It should be a B. In some of the editions it's got a C there, so it should go. It should chord tones from G7. What's a good lick? Well, I tend to think of good licks as outlining the chords, but not really obviously. A lick could be, but it sounds like an exercise. So in this one, it does go up through the chord tones, but it doesn't. It starts on the 9th, so it disguises it a little bit. And there's a little bit of chromaticism here. So those are all upper chord tones of G9. And always to come to rest on something strong, like if we're going to the key of C, a C or an E or a G, that we're ending on the G. But you can end on other things. It's just, you just got to be careful and know what you're doing. But if you want a really sure idea, one that's not going to sound a bit odd, end on something that's very strong in C. So I could do that again and end on a different note. I'll just take the end of the lick. But obviously just going to the G is a bit better. It's not so far away. So that's a lick where you've got a bar of D minor, a bar of G7 and a bar of C major 7. So the whole thing lasts for 4 bars. However, there are 2-bar licks that you could also look at. So you might want to play something that goes. That's a really, really, really basic kind of lick, but you can see that you're going 2, 5, but half a bar of 2. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So I'm just making those up. Those are half-bar licks. The one that I've written out here is a whole bar of D minor. And then it moves down to C minor. You can put a chord of D and then G and then C minor and then F. Again, the chords above this don't quite reflect what's going on in the music. So apologies if you've got an old edition that says that. So it should be. That's 2, 5, half a bar of 2, half a bar of 5, and then moving down. So instead of going 2, 5, 1, you get that, which is quite a common sequence in a lot of music. And we call that the banana phrase because a lot of people say, please have a banana. So I'll show you how that goes. Please have a banana, please have a banana. You can make up your own licks. You can transcribe solos from the bebop era. You can transcribe any phrases from any era, but they're very useful from the bebop era because they're full of chromaticism and they're quite interesting, and they do tend to be on pieces of music that have functional harmony, so it's really obvious to see where you can insert those. But you should feel comfortable writing your own eventually, so you could do that. you could also extract ideas from other people's solos and then put them into all 12 keys. So that's just a way forward. But I can guarantee you that if you do that, at least in the early stages of your development as a jazz pianist, it will really, really help. And personally, I found it very useful when I was first learning jazz.